I filled out an application for CRST, the lease purchase program, on September. Yeah, September the 9th. It was September the 9th. I filled the application out. So I talked to the recruiter like September the 6th or something like that. And I filled out an application for the lease purchase on September the 9th, had it sent in or whatever, did it online. And was waiting to hear back from them, didn't hear anything back for a few days. So I went ahead and sent an email, which when I talked to her, she gave me her email. I talked to Tanya a couple weeks ago. She gave me an email to get a hold of her, but not a phone number. So I sent her an email, wanted to find out how the application process was coming along, because if you remember when I talked to them, they had canceled orientation until the first week of October. That'll be next week. Next weekend, Saturday is the 1st, so it'd be Monday like the 3rd or something like that. Supposedly, that's when they're bringing back the orientation. So I wanted to get the application in, get the process started so I can get in as soon as possible, once they start orientation back up. So I sent her an email, and she sent me an email back basically saying that I wasn't qualified to do the lease purchase at this time. So the reason I'm not qualified is I need 6 months over the road or regional in a tractor trailer. And I've been doing local for the last 5 years. And when I talked to her on the phone, she told me that I should be qualified because I'd been at the company for 5 years. Turns out I'm not qualified. So she said in the email that I wasn't qualified. She needed 6 months over the road or regional, but nothing local was going to work for her. But she also said in an email that she had options. She didn't tell me what the options were, so I'm trying to get a hold of her to find out what her options are. And I'm thinking one of the options are they have a van division, and I'm thinking that they could throw me in a van over on the van side for CRST and drive on their van division for like 6 months. That would give me the 6 months that I need. I already got flatbed experience, so I don't need flatbed experience. I got over a year of flatbed experience. So I don't need that. I think that's one of the options. Another option might be, when I first talked to her, she was asking if I wanted, there was a guy that owned a truck, but he wasn't driving. He was leasing on through to CRST, and he was looking for a driver. And that might be an option too, is to get, I wouldn't be, I don't know how you'd say it, I'd be a company driver, not a company driver. It's hard to explain. I would drive for the guy that owns the truck. I wouldn't own the truck. And then he would pay me like company pay or like, percentage of the load maybe. I'm not sure. That might be another option, which I'd be down for doing that. Do that for 6 months. Drive someone else's truck that's leased on. They have like a small fleet of like 5 or 6 trucks or whatever. And once you get to 6 months, then I could just flip over and start doing the lease. The other option is I really don't want to go into the van on the CRST side. I don't want to go into a van on any side. If I'm going to get 6 months experience, I might as well go get flatbed. That way I got recent flatbed. They can't hold out against you. If you got 6 months over the road and you're running for a flatbed company, then they really can't say a whole lot about that. So I've been looking at other companies to go to. Obviously, I filled an application out for Boyd Brothers, sent it in over the weekend. I sent it in Friday night late, so I won't hear nothing back from them until Monday. I don't know if they're going to have the same thing because I've been local for 5 years. If they'll reject me too there, or they might not. I don't know. I looked at them. I thought about Melton. I really don't want to go to Melton. It's a good company. I just don't want to be. They usually keep you out 2 to 3 weeks at a time. I mean, it'd only be for 6 months. It's an option. Another company I was looking into is Cypress. I think they're out of Florida, Jacksonville. I'm not sure. And they run flatbeds too. So if I'm going to go to a different company, then I obviously want to jump into a company that's flatbed and just run out, as soon as I can get in over there, second week of October or whatever like that, and just run it out till, April or May. That'll get me the time that I need to make the jump back over to CRST and then continue from there. So, the end goal's still the same. Basically, if I'm here and the CRST lease is here, obviously the best way to go is a straight line, but I'm going to have to go over here, spend some time over here, and then work my way back like that. Not the plan that I wanted to do, but the end goal is still the same, so that's not going to change. I also was talking to a guy that's running for Tennessee Steel Haulers, and that's an all-owner operator company. They don't have no company drivers. And to do a lease purchase, I was talking to him a little bit, not a lot. I talked to him a little bit about the different options and payments and stuff, and their payments are a lot higher for the trucks, but they're newer trucks. So you're basically getting a brand new truck. So if you went over there, you'd get a 2023 Kenworth with a 13 speed, but obviously the payments are a lot higher and the fixed costs are a lot higher, and it's going to be a lot harder to make any money doing that. I definitely want to look in to see what that was, but I don't think that's the route that you want to take right now. And then I talked to another guy. He was going to go to the CRST lease purchase, but couldn't get a hold of anyone or something. He said they were like messing him around. He ended up going over to Decker, and he's doing a lease purchase through Decker. I looked into that a little bit. I don't know. I got to do more research on that. But again, without the experience, I don't think they're going to hire me anyways until I get that 6 months. So I'd have to be like a company driver, and they're not hiring company drivers in my area for Decker. So that's kind of where we're sitting at right now. So basically, I'm just waiting to hear back. I'm going to probably give a call on Monday, see if I can get a hold of Tanya and find out what her options are, for what her options could be for me at CRST, if there's anything that sounds interesting. If not, then it's obviously, first choice is Boyd Brothers. I'd go back to Boyd Brothers. If they call me and say they're going to hire me, then I'll be heading to Cincinnati within the next week or two. If they don't hire me, then it's just going to be start looking for hopefully a flatbed company that'll take me, just so I can get my 8 months in, and then move over in the springtime to CRST. Worst case scenario is go drive for a van company. It is only 6 months, but I don't want to drive for a van company. But anyways, that's where we're at right now. CRST said I wasn't qualified, but said I got options. Don't know what them options are, but that's where we are right now. And when I find out more, I will make a video and let you guys know.